right, everybody. Hopefully, this is going well. We shall see. Trying an old school setup per se, compared to what I usually had in the past. So, we're going to see if this works. Something finally clicking in. Finally, it is. Okay. All right, let me see what you guys are seeing on the computer so I can know how to do my setup. All right, so obviously need to lower this quite a bit. So let's see if that will make any hay. Let's try a little bit higher up, perhaps. It's the best I can do, I think. I think that's the best I'm going to be able to do to try to fit everything in here the best way I can. The line school. Hello, Ben. How you doing? I'm trying to get this adjusted, and it doesn't seem to want to work out for me for whatever reason. Let me go this way and see if I can do it that way. I don't know if I can get it up any higher. Microphone sounds distant. Oh, well, now it should be better. I pulled my microphone or my headset out of the little slot there, so hopefully it's better now. Hopefully, I should say. Let's get this up higher. Let's see what we can do here, getting this thing up higher. It's a work in progress, so I appreciate your patience. Trying to get the line score in here. Okay, I think that did it. I think that has finally done it. We can see the dice tray. You can see the board. And you can see the cards, hopefully. The lineups and whatnot. Might want to go down one notch on the brightness. See if that will help a little bit. Hello, Doug. How you doing? All right, so I'm getting a little bit of glare on the 3 there. Maybe I can move this somehow. I don't know. Or either maybe take it down one more notch on the brightness. And we'll see how that does as I pull my score sheet out of the way. So anyway, the game is the Minnesota Twins and the Washington Senators. First look at the Senators. First time they played a contending team. They had been playing Baltimore, Kansas City, Cleveland, so the teams that weren't involved in the playoffs. So never got a chance to show them. Now I finally get a chance to show them. This game was played September 11th, 1967, from the nation's capital at D.C. Stadium. There's your starting lineup, benches, and your bullpens. Again, starting pitchers for today's game, Joe Coleman for the Senators and Dean Chance for the Twins. So Coleman and Chance are your starting pitchers. Let's see if the focus is probably needs to be helped a little bit, maybe. See if that helps it. All right. We're going to go with this. It's the best I know how to do. We do have the score sheet, and I'll show that before the game starts, where it's nice and neat and not my chicken scratch. See, the Twins won this game in real world 13-5. 13-5 was the final in real world. And there you see the ratings for the teams, the players' defensive ratings, and the speed ratings, and so forth. Since I don't have a picture of RFK Stadium / DC Stadium, I decided to go old school and do the RJL way of using the board that I got, because RJL got a similar, had a board like this, and I went ahead and bought a similar one, or not a similar one, but the same one. And it worked out for quite a bit, but I still prefer the other method. But hey, this is the way it goes. Hey, Brian B., how are you? All right, so let me fix the focus again, because I put the score sheet in play, and that messed up the focus. So now let's see if that's better. That should be better. Hoping that's better. You can see the outfield arms. +1 outfielder arms on both sides in right field, so the right fielders can be run on. The other guys maybe not as much, but the right fielders certainly can be run on. All right, so I think we're ready to go. We will get, we'll put Dean Chance out of the way. And we'll put DC Stadium out of the way until we need it. And there's Joe Coleman finishing up the warm-up tosses. He was 8-9 with a 4.63 ERA. And hopefully that comes out okay. I think it's the best I can do with what I have, unfortunately. Hopefully everything looks clear. The lineup board and stuff looks clear. I'm not sure how the cards look. I guess they're decipherable. We shall see. Got the dice for the Washington Senators colors, and I guarantee you at least once I'm going to call them the Nationals. It's just habit. It's going to happen. Can't help it. All right. The game, before we play this, there was one other game played on this date that affected the pennant race. There were some games played by non-contenders, but the ones that actually affected the pennant race, there was one game that was played, and that game was played in Chicago at Comiskey Park. And unfortunately, the White Sox continue to struggle. They got shut out by the Baltimore Orioles. Jim Harden threw 8 shutout innings, 3-hit shutout combined with the reliever in the 9th, 2 in the 1st and 3 in the 4th. Both Robinsons hit home runs, and it just wasn't a good day for the White Sox. They fall further behind. Boston off today, so they fall a half game. I believe they're now 7.5 back, if I'm not mistaken. Speaking of Boston, the next game tomorrow, or September 12th, I should say, is going to be from Boston, and it will be the Kansas City A's against the Boston Red Sox. And then on September the 13th, it'll be Baltimore at Detroit. So that's the next couple of games upcoming. All right, I think we are ready to go. As best I can come up with. So again, I got to get used to using this board. Like RJL, he's like a master at it, but I haven't done it in a while, so we're going to try it. Hopefully it comes out okay. Ted Eulander is going to lead things off for the Twins. He is in center field, and this game is underway. 1-5, strikeout chance 19 is way too high. So we go to Eulander's card. 4-3, and that is a ground ball to short. So 6-3 ground out as he grounds out to Tim Cullen at short for 1 away. And that's how this game gets started. Next up is Cesar Tovar. He's playing third base in this one. 4-3 on Coleman is the ballpark card. So we are going to DC Stadium for this at bat. 5-2. That's a fly to right field. Cap Peterson puts that away. 2 down. And it'll bring up the big guy, Harmon Killebrew. Hello, Tony. How are you doing? Harmon Killebrew, first baseman, will bat with 2 outs and the base is clear here at the top of the first. 4-5 on Coleman is a blank, so we go to Harmon Killebrew. 6-6, and that's a single to left field for Harmon Killebrew. A 2-out single for Killebrew. He has no attempt to steal. We do have to roll for possible pickoffs. There is a 20, so a 1 is a balk, 2 is a pickoff. Anything else, he gets back. That's a 7, so he got back. That'll bring up the right fielder, Tony Oliva. Coleman, 3-5. That's a possible error on a throw. Oliva, 3-5 again, is a ground ball to second. That's a 3. That will be a throwing error. That will be a throwing error. Let's see if the ball gets by him. I'm sorry, put Allison up. It should be Oliva. Let's see if the ball gets by the first baseman, Dick Nen. Dick Nen as the receiver. His range is a 3. And he can't get it. It's going to get by him. Let's see if the runners can move up. Killebrew is a 2. Nope, he can't move up. So it's just going to be runners at first and second. It's an error on the throw. It's going to allow the runners to reach. So that error is on the second baseman, Coggins, who had an error rating of 10. So Let's put runners at first and second with now 2 outs. And Bob Allison, Bullet Bob Allison, is your batter. As Coleman trying to get out of the mess. Coleman, 6-3. That's a straight-up S1 single. That's going to score Killebrew automatically. He will score. We'll look at our chart. Runner on first. On the S1 needs a 4 or better. Oliva's a 3, but with 2 outs it becomes a 4. So he will take third base. So runners are at the corners, and it's 1-0 Twins. All this with 2 outs and the base is empty. That, of course, is an unearned run now. And that'll bring up Rodney Carew. Allison, an attempt of 1 to get the lead. Cannot do it. So here's Coleman. 5-3. That is a blank. We go to Carew. 1-6. That's a single pass third. That will score Oliva. And it is now 2-0 in favor of the Twins. Allison will have to stop at second base. Even with 2 outs, he becomes a 4-base runner. But you need a 6 to get from first to third. So he will stop right there. But an RBI single from Carew. Second unearned run has come in. And now we're down to the catcher, Jerry Zimmerman. Coleman feeling snake bitten. Pitch to Zimmerman from Coleman, 4-5. That is a blank. We go to Zimmerman. 4-6. That's a fly to center, and the inning is finally over. So 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 big error, and 2 left. So on the top of the first, the Twins put up a 2 spot. They were all unearned, but they still count in the record books. And at the end of half an inning to play, it is the Twins 2 and the Senators coming to bat. And we will have Dean Chance, the beneficiary of the run support. He'll be facing Fred Valentine, Ken McMullen, and Frank Howard of the Senators. Here in the bottom of the first, 2-0 Twins. Chance, 6-6 blank. Go to Valentine. 5-2 and a 5-2. It's a split chance, and against a right-hander, that's a double to left field. So Fred Valentine will double to lead off the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up McMullen. Chance checking for anything that might happen. Nothing really happening there. So we go to Chance against McMullen. 3-1 home run question mark. Against a right-hander, 1-16, that passes. So we go to McMullen, but against a right-hander, he needs an 8 or less. And he gets it. That's a 1. That's a 2-run home run from Fred McMullen. And just that quickly, the Senators have tied this ball game. 2-run blast from Ken McMullen. And we got a tie game. And there's still nobody out. And here's the big guy, Frank Howard. The Capital Punisher, I think they called it. 5-6, possible error on a ground ball. Go to Howard. 4-4, and that's a fly to center, so no error there to worry about. 1 away. Hey, D. Scott, how are you doing? So 2-2 ball game, fireworks early in this game. Of course, it was 13-5 in real world, so they did put up some runs. Chance, 5-6, another error on a ground ball possibility. Here's Dick Nen. 3-3, it's a fly to right, so again, no error because there was no ground ball. 2 outs for Cap Peterson, the right fielder. 5-1 strikeout chance. That is a 1. He is out of there. So Cap Peterson out on strikes to end the inning. But the Senators pick up 2 runs of their own thanks to the 2-run home run from Ken McMullen. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 1, we are tied at 2. And now both pitchers trying to regain some focus. Zoilo for Salas, I believe is how it's pronounced. Zoilo for Salas. Coleman, 3-3, double question mark. That's a pitcher result. 1-9 is a single, but that's a 19, so treat it as a blank. Go to for Salas, 4-5. And that is a star 3, which is a ground ball to short. Cullen is there. 1 away. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Dean Chance. A 0.33 hitter in 92 at bats, so not much of a threat. Coleman, 3-1. Ball went on a wild pitch. 1-4 at strikeout. He got him. So Dean Chance out on strikes for out number 2. And that's going to flip the order over to Ted Eulander. Eulander grounded to short his first trip. Coleman, 5-3 is a blank. We go to Eulander. 6-1, that's a star 3, a ground ball to short. Cullen is there, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Much different than the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the second, still 2-2. Here from D.C. Stadium. Not sure why it wasn't RFK Stadium. Maybe that came later. I don't know. Here's Paul Casanova, catcher. Chance, 4-3, and that is a walk opportunity. That's a 3. He walks at a 4. Stadium takes away 1, but the 3 is still good. And Casanova draws the free pass to lead off the inning. He has no attempt, but of course there's balk and pickoff chances for Chance. But there's no 20, so no worries there. Brings up the little used Frank Coggins. He had 75 at bats, but he did hit 307. Chance, 4-4, strikeout, 17, too much. Go to Coggins. 4-6, it's a ground ball to short, possible double play. He's a 3. There, halfway makes it a 4. Nothing on the pitcher result. Second baseman, Rod Carew, is a -1, so it's going to bring it back to a 3. So 1-3, and we got a double play. And we do. 6-4-3, 2 quick outs, just like that. 6-4-3 double play, pitcher's best friend. And we bring up the number 8 hitter, Tim Cullen, shortstop. Chance, 1-4, range play at the park. Going to D.C. Stadium for a range check. 3-2, it's a star 1, which is a ground ball to second. So we're checking the range of Carew, who is a 3. And he can't get it. Base hit for Cullen. Snuck it past Carew. And that's big because now it allows the pitcher to bat. Joe Coleman clears him out of the way in his 0.56 average. Nothing on the strategy roll. Chance to Coleman. 6-2, blank because he's not tired. 5-4, and that's a G1 ground ball right back to Chance. And that's going to end the inning pretty easily. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. 2 innings are in the books, and we're still tied at 2 here from D.C. Stadium. Now, coming up for the Twins in the top of the third will be Cesar Tovar. He flied to right field. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? Mr. Robert, how are you? Robert, does this board look familiar? Hello, Marlon. How are you doing? The reason I'm using this board again is because I don't have a picture of RFK Stadium handy, so I defaulted back to the standard board that RJL likes to use before he bought the updated one with the foam or whatever. You want to call it the mouse pad kind of material stuff from the people that make the play mats. All right, here's Coleman to Tovar. That's a 2-6. It's a range play. Going to Tovar for the range play. 4-1, single to second base, but it's a range check on the second baseman, Coggins, who is a 3. He could take this hit away on a 1, 2, or 3. He does not. The single will stand for Tovar. Sneaks it past Coggins. Leadoff single. Tovar's attempt is a 3. That's a 20. Possible pickoff on a 2 and a balk on a 1. Nothing happened. Tovar gets back. That brings up the big guy, Killebrew. Killebrew singled and scored his first time up. Infield, of course, at double play depth. 5-4 is a walk chance. 18 will definitely walk him. So that's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. And now here comes Oliva. It's getting from bad to worse now for Coleman. So you're hitting the heart of the order. Nothing on the strategy. Coleman, 2-3, possible error. Go to Oliva. That's a 3 there. It's almost guaranteed to be an error now. 6-3 is a G4. And Coggins is an error rating of 10. So, yep, you guessed it. It will be an error. And now the bases are full. I think I'm going to put the stadium card. Maybe I'll put that right there for now, just to put it here. Actually, I'll put it here. How about that? We don't need the base or anything until later, till it's called for. So we'll put the stadium right here. How about that? Maybe that'll be the better place to put it. All right, so the bases are loaded. And that's the second time Oliva has reached on an E4. He has done it twice. 2 errors by Coggins, both on balls hit by Oliva. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out in a 2-2 game. And Bullet Bob Allison, the batter. Pretty decent chance at a double play. They will play the infield back for that double play. Make sure nothing on strategy 1. He's not going to try to steal home, so we're not going to worry about that. Coleman, 5-5. Another walk chance. That's a 1. He's going to walk in a run. So Coleman issues a free pass, and just ring around the rosies as that brings home a run. It's now 3-2 in favor of the Twins. Everybody else moves up a base. Still nobody out for Rod Carew. Coleman can use a strikeout, pop-up, double play, something. Coleman, 4-3, ballpark card. We are going to DC Stadium. 3-1, ground ball to third, so that's a possible double play. Ground ball to third, possible double play. He is a 2. The infield's halfway, makes him a 3. The pivot Coggins is a 0. So it's a 1-3, and Coleman doesn't add anything. So it's a 1-3 for a double play. And they can't turn it. It's just going to be a fielder's choice. They get Allison at second base. But Killebrew scores, Oliva goes to third, and Carew reaches on the fielder's choice. It's an RBI ground out, 5-4 on the fielder's choice. And it's now 4-2 Twins with 1 out. Runners at the corners for Zimmerman, who's an excellent double play candidate, so they will lay back for the double play. See if Carew gets an attempt to do anything. He does not. Coleman, 2-1, ballpark card going back to DC Stadium again. 2-4, and that's a rare play. So we got rare play with men on base. Rare play, men on base, and RJL just wants me to roll the 66 in the worst way. I can sense that. So we'll see if we can do that on demand. No, 64. I came close. That's the best I could do for you, RJL. 64. 3-2 pitch called a ball for a walk. Pitcher argues and gets thrown out of the game. So it's called a ball, and a walk, and Coleman argues and is ejected. Well, he was probably going to be removed shortly anyway because he was pitching so poorly. But now the umpire has made that decision for the manager a moot point, as he has now been ejected for arguing balls and strikes. Can't do that. Bases are now loaded with 1 out for Zoilo Versalis, a right-hander. So now who's going to come in for the Senators? The pitcher was the last guy to bat, so it's a long way to worry about having to worry about a pitcher batting. So they need somebody that's got a little bit of length and that could possibly get them out of a jam. So they're going to go to Bob Pretty. The situation he's in is not pretty, but Bob Pretty is in. So Bob Pretty is in to try to do what he can do here in the top of the third to get Coleman out of trouble. Bases loaded, 1 out. Versalis again is an excellent double play candidate, so the infield's playing back for the double play. There's a pickoff chance on Pretty's card, but we don't get to it. Pretty, 5-1's a blank. We go to Versalis. 1-5. That's a fly to right field. That's a possible sacrifice fly. His sacrifice fly rating is a 1. And that's going to fail. Oliva runs at a 3. Cap Peterson's arm in right field is a, where are you, Cap? He's a +1, so it's a 1-4, and he'll still score. He does not. It's a 6. Somebody might be out. So now, I'm glad you're here, RJL, because now we got a situation where tagging up we got the 6. So I'm thinking that's different than, I'm looking at the chart right here, and it says, where does it say about the 6 on here? I guess I still go to the OTC chart. I'm thinking that's what I still do, RJL. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm thinking since we rolled a 6 on this tag up that we still go to this chart. But if we don't, let me know and I'll go somewhere else. But I'm thinking that's where we're supposed to go. So I don't know if you can chime in real quick just to make sure I'm doing this correctly. Roll for the outfielder arm. Well, the outfielder arm is a +1, so I'm not sure what you mean by that. He's a +1 on his outfielder arm. This says re-roll 3d6s. Base runner plus outfielder arm. That's kind of weird. So am I supposed to roll 3d6? Roll one. Roll if it's a 1 or 2. There's a play 3 to 6. He holds. Okay, so I do go to this chart. I thought there was something different I did there. Okay, so that's what I do here. All right. So 1 to 2, we go to that chart. 3 to 6, he holds. It's a 2, so we're going to go to the throw chart. So now I guess we go to this main throw chart where a 1 lead runner advances. 2 to 5, he's going to be out. So let's see what happens. It's a 1, so that looks to me like the run's going to score. Ball is caught off and trailing runner is thrown out. So if I'm reading this correctly, since I rolled a 1, Oliva will score, but Carew is out trying to go to third on the throw. Tell me if that is correct. I'm thinking that's what the rule is. Run on second, he gets caught in a run, or not in a rundown, but he gets caught going to, yeah, Carew is out. Okay, thank you. All right, so that's going to end the inning, but the run counts because that happened before Carew got out. So the run does count. It is a sacrifice fly for Rosales to score Oliva. But Carew is going to be out 9, we'll call it 9 to 5 to 6 as they put the tag on Carew, not that it matters. But 3 runs come in for the Twins. Yeah, he said for his, but that was the third out anyway. So, because there was 1 out before the fly ball, and so that turned basically into a double play. All right, so 3 runs come in on just 1 hit. There were 3 walks and an error, but 3 runs scored and only 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the third with the score now 5-2 Twins. So that's one of those rare inside pitch plays, but it takes a little bit of doing. I wasn't sure on the fly ball, sac fly, whether we went to that throw chart or we did something different. So that's what I'm going by. All right, so back to the top of the order, and Fred Valentine. Start the bottom of the third. 6-4 is a blank because Valentine's a switch hitter batting left. So we count it as a blank, and we go to Valentine. 1-2 is going to fly to right, and that's 1 away. 1 down, and that brings up McMullen. His 2-run homer in the first was counted for the 2 Senator runs. See, I almost said Nationals. 4-1 is a blank. We go to McMullen. 1-1, and that's a star 1 ground ball to second. Carew is there, and that's 2 away. 2 up and 2 down pretty quickly for the big guy, Frank Howard. 1-6 is a strikeout, and he got him. So Dean Chance, a 1-2-3 third inning
took care of business. And at the end of 3, it is 5-2 in favor of the Twins. Pretty. They'll have to get at least one more inning out of him. Dean Chance, the pitcher, will lead off. Struck out his first chance. Pretty, 1-5, possible error on a throw. 6-5, and that is a strikeout, so there's obviously no error on a throw there. Struck him out. And RJL, I'm not going to try to read anything into this. I'm assuming since he struck out on his own card that the error on a throw is not the catcher trying to throw, on a drop third strike, throwing to first base. So I'm going to assume that's just a straight out strikeout and no error on a throw. That just seems to make the most sense, that there's none of that on there. So good thing, because Casanova, the catcher, is a 20 for an error rating. So that would have been an error. Just what they would have needed. All right, here's Eulander, top of the order. 1-5, possible error on throw again. Eulander, 2-6. That's a single to second base. Now, there could be an error on a throw that would let him get to second or possibly third base. So, I believe that was a 1 there, so it is an error on the throw. A third error of the game for second baseman Coggins. He's made 3 errors this game. That's going to allow Eulander to get to second. Now, let's see here. Error on a throw. On a single. Error on a throw on a single is a number 9. Infield single with 1 extra base advancement on a bad throw. Otherwise, it only gets 1 base total. So it was an error on a bad throw, so he gets the extra base. So he's at second with 1 out. Third error of the game on this guy, Frank Coggins. He's an E10, but he's made 3 errors in 4 innings at second base, just the way the dice works. All right, here's Tovar. Nothing on the strategy. We're not going to have him bunt with 1 out. Pretty, 2-6, strikeout 15, too high. Go to Tovar. 4-3. It's a power result to center field. Facing a righty, goes to 14. That is a 14. It's a triple for Cesar Tovar. He triples on the power result to center field. And the Twins score another unearned run. A triple from Tovar. Scores Eulander. And it's now 6-2. Infield will have to come in. As Pretty tries to get out 20, so they could pick Tovar off on a 1-4. They could pick him off. They do not. He gets back. So Casanova had an idea of slinging the ball down there, but Tovar got back. Pretty, 1-6 blank. We go to Killebrew. 1-1, pops it up to short. That's going to freeze everybody right there for 2 outs. And it'll bring up Bob Allison. Infield now back to normal. 20 again, another chance of a pickoff. 15, he gets back again. So they're toying with Tovar, but he keeps getting back. Here's Pretty. 3-2, strikeout chance, 11 will get him. No, he won't. Take it back. He's an 11, that's an 11, but it's a -1. 11 and 11, but the -1 takes it away. So Allison will swing. 5-2, and he's going to pop it to short again. So consecutive pop-up to short in the inning. But an unearned run comes in on the error by Coggins and the triple by Tovar. A run, a hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 6-2 Twins. Twins won this game 13-5 in real life. So they're kind of on pace to do that again. And actually, I batted Allison out of turn. It should have been Oliva, not Allison. His 5-2 was a fly to left, so let me correct that. Just caught that he batted out of turn, but it was my fault, not the Twins' fault, so I'm not going to penalize him. It was an out either way you go. Allison will actually lead off the top of the fifth. So my bad on that one. Here comes Dick Nen to lead it off. He flew to right his first chance. 6-5 ballpark card going to DC Stadium. 4-6 ground ball to second, and that's one away. Carew handles it, no problem. And that will bring up Allison. Not Allison, I get the wrong stack. Peterson. We'll get it straight here. Get the Senators in the right order. 1-3 is a walk. 4 will walk him. So Cap Peterson draws a 1-out walk. And that'll bring up Casanova. Strategy rolls are still on this early in the game. They're still active. Nothing happening, though. No, I'm not running a professional stream. I'm very amateurish, for sure. Let's see. 3-1 for Chance. A home run question mark. And Casanova's a righty, 1-16, but that fails. So no home run chance for that. But Casanova will swing. 1-4, star 4. That's a ground ball to first. Possible double play. He's a 3. You don't get to halfway because it went to first. The pivot at shortstop for Salas is a -1, so it's a 1-2 for a double play. That's a 4, so they're going to get Cap Peterson on the fielder's choice. 3-6 if you're scoring at home, and you should be. 3-6 fielder's choice now for out number 2. That brings up Frank Coggins. He had the 3 errors so far in this game. So that means a 1-2 is a balk, 3-5 is a pickoff, or 6-7 is a pickoff error. That's a 5. It's a pickoff. They pick Casanova off first base. Cardinal sin when you're down 6-2 to get picked off, but he did. Caught him leaning. It's a pickoff to end the inning. So for the Senators, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the 5th, it's 6-2. If you're hearing a slight humming in the background, that's my window air unit. It was 100 degrees today, so upstairs here is still pretty warm because we didn't have this running all day, so it's running now. So, yeah, inside pitch, I'm almost sold on the printed sets myself. The PDFs are very tedious to do. Inside payoff pitch, I'd definitely go with the printed. Inside pitch, I might go with printed or the PDF if I only wanted to play the World Series or something. I would do that, but instead of buying the whole season, paying for the whole printed, you could just print off the playoff teams or the World Series teams. That might be worth your while. I don't know. But anyway, Pretty. Let's see how many batters he has faced. He has faced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's faced 6. So he gets to face one more before he's tired, but he does bat third next inning. So they want to try to get him through the inning. Pretty 1-3. That's a strikeout chance to a right-hander. That's a 1. So Allison is gone. 1 away on the strikeout. Brings up Rod Carew, and now Pretty is tired. So any time he hits a fatigue roll, he will have to be lifted. 3-2 is a strikeout chance, and he gets Carew with that 1 again. That D20 has come up as a number 1 twice in a row for strikeouts. 2 down for Jerry Zimmerman, not Versailles. Versailles got a little overzealous there. It's actually Zimmerman's at bat. 4-1, and that is a strikeout chance. 7, and he got him. So Pretty strikes out the side. Gave it all he had. And Pretty is actually going to pitch 2 2/3 innings, as it turns out. So certainly saved their bullpen a little bit. 3 up and 3 down there in the 5th for the Twins. That's all for Pretty because they will pinch hit for him. It's going to be Coggins, Cullen, and a pinch hitter for Pretty. And we'll have to see who the Senators have on their bench they want to bring in. Let's see. They got some lefties. They got Mike Epstein. They got Bob Chance, Bernie Allen, Ed Stroud, or Bob Savarin, who's a switch hitter. Might depend on who's on base. Won't make that decision until we know if there's anybody on base or not. So we got guys on base. They're going to probably go with somebody that can hit a 3-run homer or something, but we'll see. Coggins will lead it off. Him and his 3 errors. Chance 1-3 is a walk. 10 too high. Go to Coggins. 4-6 ground ball to short. 1 away. And that turns it over to Tim Cullen, number 8 hitter. Chance just now kind of rolling along with a 6-2 lead. 2-3, and that is a automatic out. Split chance, but an automatic out against a right-hander. And the out will be a ground ball to short. Rosales is there, 2 down. Now, with 2 outs and the base is empty, let's see who they want to go to off the bench. They're going to go with Mike Epstein, I think. He's got the most. I'll use the RJL rule, the most at bats on the bench. That's Mike Epstein. So we're going to go with Epstein. He has the most at bats. So that's what we will do. And with nobody on, you're going to need 3 or 4 hits, 2 or 3 hits to get a run, but he can get a run with 1 swing of the bat. So that's why we're going with Epstein. Chance 5-3, and that's a strikeout chance, and he got him. So Epstein is gone. Inning is over, and the Senators get nothing and like it. So now we will go to the 6th. Score still remaining 6-2. 3 up and 3 down go the Senators. And now for Dean Chance, he has retired 10 in a row, going back to the last out of the 2nd inning. So he's been in firm control. Now leading off for the Twins will be Rosales, followed by Chance and Ulander. So probably going to go for a right-hander out of the pen. Somebody with some length. And they will go with... They will go, well, you know what? Let's use him. I was going to use Humphrey, but we'll go with Casey Cox. So Casey Cox it is. He can face 6 batters, so he might be able to go 2 innings. That's their philosophy. They can go 2 innings. Cox to Rosales, 6-3 range play. 3-6, that's a star 4. Ground ball to short. We got a range check on Cullen, the shortstop. He's a 4. And he can't get it. Just been that kind of night for the Senators. As Cullen unable to get it, even though he's above average range, he couldn't get it. And Rosales reaches. Strategy rolls for 1 more inning at least. Nothing happening. Well, Chance can bunt. I mean, we got an 18, so we're going to have Chance bunt. As the pitcher, we're going to have him bunt. So, first of all, we're going to roll for a strikeout possibility. 3-5. That's a strikeout chance against a right-hander. So he's going to strike out. Even though you cut it in half, that would make him a 17, but that's a 2. So Chance will strike out trying to bunt. So 1 away. Back to the top of the order for Ulander. And I'm waiting for 2002. Moneyball A's, I'm waiting for it. All right, here is Cox. Nothing happening there. Cox to Ulander. 3-3, it's a blank to a lefty. 3-4, it's a fly to center. That's 2 away. Ulander now 0 for 4 on the game, and that brings up Tovar. This is probably the last inning for strategy rolls, I imagine, unless the Senators rally. 2-4, hit by pitch chance. He's a 13 plus the 10. Yeah, I think he got hit. So Cox plunks Tovar, and that'll bring up Killebrew. Last thing you want to have is Killebrew up there with 2 guys on base, but that's what you have. 2 outs and 2 on for Killebrew. See what he can do. Cox, 6-1 ballpark card going to DC Stadium for Harmon Killebrew. 4-3, it's a single plus to left field, so Versailles will score automatically. Tovar will automatically get third base. The question is, does Killebrew move up and score at a double? He runs at a 2. The left fielder, Frank Howard's a +1 arm, so it's a 1-3, and he holds at first base with a single. But it's a 2-out single for Harmon Killebrew. Scores for Salas, moves Tovar to third base. It's now 7-2, and now strategy rolls are off, and that brings up Oliva. (3-2) is a blank. We go to Oliva. 5-3, single pass short. That will score Tovar. Killebrew needs to get from first to third on an S6. You need a 5 or better. He doesn't have that, so he will stop at second base. But another run for the Twins makes it 8-2 on the RBI single by Oliva. And now Cox has faced 6 batters, so he's now tired, but they're going to try to get him through the inning, if at all possible. Bob Allison, the batter. Cox, 4-6, strikeout, 15, too high. 1-1, star 2 is a ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. But that's going to be it for Cox. He's tired. He can only go 1 inning. So their plan to go multiple innings just got foiled. And the Twins take advantage, scoring 2 runs to make the score now 8-2. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, for the Twins, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. So we go to the bottom of the 6th with the score. Minnesota comfortably out in front, 8-2. And due up for the Senators, it'll be the top of the order, Valentine, followed by McMullen, Howard, and Nen. Top 4 in the order against Dean Chance. Chance with a comfortable 8-2 lead. 3-4, and that is a hit by pitch Chance. 14 -1's a 13. That is a 13. He plunked him. So maybe retaliation for hitting Tovar. Not sure. Don't want to read anything into it. The umpires now have given warning, though, so the next hit batter is going to be an automatic ejection. They're not going to tolerate this. Next hit batter is an ejection. Here's McMullen, 1-4. Range play at the park. DC Stadium. 2-4, and that's a rare play, so it takes the range out of the equation. Just going straight to the rare play with a runner on base. And again, RJL is rooting for the 66 to come up. We missed it with the 64 last time. He wants that 66. Now 25 instead. Catcher attempts to pick lead runner off. I'll just show it here real quick. Catcher attempts to pick lead runner, resolved by checking catcher error rate. If error, he throws into the outfield. All runners advance 1 base. If no error, runner is picked off. Well, how about that? 8-2 game, and the catcher's trying to pick the guy off, huh? All right, so we're going to check his error rating. If it's an error, it goes in the outfield. If there's no error, it's a pickoff. Well, Zimmerman's error chance is a 9. So if we roll a 1 to 9, he chucks it into the outfield. If we roll a 10 or higher, Valentine is picked off. And Valentine is picked off. How about that? In an 8-2 game, he gets picked off. I guess that's why it's a rare play, because you wouldn't see that happen very often. Pickoff is 2-3 for out number 1. And here's McMullen. Chance, 4-5, strikeout, 18, too high. McMullen, 2-5, single pass third. And that's a base hit for McMullen. Boy, that pickoff, you're down 8-2, you need base runners. You don't need to be getting guys picked off. Chance to Howard. 1-3 is a walk chance. He will walk Howard. Boy, they could have had the bases loaded, nobody out, had he not got picked off. But that's why they're the Senators, and that's why they're terrible. All right, here's Dick Nen. Chance 4-1 is a walk to Dick Nen, and he will walk him to load the bases. So just that quickly, a single and 2 walks have loaded the bases with 1 out for Cap Peterson. And now the Twins bullpen might have to stir a little bit. 3-1. That's a home run question mark. 1-16 hit passes. Cap Peterson on a 1-8 will hit a grand salami. A 1-8, he's got a grand slam. It's a 9. Boy, how close can you get? That is a 9. He just missed it. But he does get the swing, but he doesn't get the grand slam he wanted. That'll put him right back in the game with the grand slam. Peterson, 4-3, but he's going to double to center field instead. So he still gets the double. And now Chance is in trouble. 2 runs will score. Boy, that pickoff now looks huge. 2 runs come in as McMullen and Howard score. Dick Nen will take at least third base. We'll see if he gets to score or not. It's a double to center. We bring out our outfielder arm. Double to center. With Minnesota in the field, you add 1 to the run rating. Dick Nen is a 2. He becomes a 3. So 1-3, and he will score. He does not. He's got to hold at third. So with 1 out, the runners are at second and third, but the score is now 8-4. Now remember, it went 13-5 in real life. So Twins now have the bullpen going as they are having some issues there. We've got the left-hander Roland loosening in the pen. Casanova is your batter. Infield is still back. With 1 out, they don't want anything getting through. They want to get some outs here. Chance, 5-6, possible error on a ground ball. Go to Casanova. 1-1, single to short. That's a 15, but there's no error on that. That's a speed check. You take the error away. That's what the chart says. You take the error away when it's a single with an error check. It does not become an error check. It's a speed check against the runner. But everybody advances a base, so automatically Nen will score. Peterson will take third. The question is, does Casanova beat this out? He's a 2. A 1 or a 2, and he'll be safe. It's a 2. He's safe. He beat it out. Casanova with a base hit. Hustling down the line. Dick Nen scores. Peterson to third. 3 runs are in. It's now 8-5. And there's still only 1 out. And now the Twins bullpen in earnest is going. They have the left-hander, Jim Roland, ready to go if needed. But they would like to be able to get Chance through the inning. Let's see if I did something to the focus with that chart in the way. So let's fix that. All right, so Frank Coggins, despite his 3 errors, he is a 307 hitter, so he will swing away. He is a good double play candidate. So Chance now to Coggins, 2-6, possible error, and this is Exhibit A of RJL saying a game is never over an inside pitch. Coggins, 4-2. That's a power result to left field. It goes to 15. That's a 2. That'll be a single. We also have to roll for an error on Allison. His error rating is a 4. He does not make the error, but it will be a single to left field. That will score Peterson. Casanova, I don't believe has any chance to move up, but we'll check the chart. Single to left. First to third is a -1, so it would have to be a 1 for Casanova to advance. It's a 6. He could be in trouble. The arm of the left fielder Allison's a +1. So that means a 1-2. We go to the throw chart. 3-6 he holds. It's a 2. We're going through to the throw chart. We get a 2, so that means he is out. Casanova out trying to take third. Bad base running there. Peterson will score. on the Coggins single, but Casanova is going to be out 7-5. Second out of the inning, both outs on the base pass. And boy, the Senators, they have 4 runs this inning, but they could have more. Oh, Coggins does take second. Okay, thank you. Did I not see that? Yep, advance 1 base. Otherwise, advance 1 base. Yep, you got it. Because his BR is higher than what I rolled. I think that's the reason why he took second. It wasn't automatic. It was because I rolled a 2, and he's a BR of 4. So, all right. So that'll bring up Tim Cullen, and the pitcher spot. Cox is up next, so they'll pinch hit for him if it gets to that. But there are 2 outs. Chance 6-3 strikeout 16 too high. Go to Cullen. 5-2. It's a fly to center. The inning is finally over. The Senators send 8 to the plate. 4 of them score. It's a 4-score Abraham Lincoln inning. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. No errors. And just 1 left. The Senators had a runner picked off first, and they had a man thrown out going from first to third, or they might have tied this ball game. But as it is, 4 runs across the board make it now an 8-6 game. And now we might get a double switch here. I think we will, because this pitcher spot is due up first, and they want to get some length out of their bullpen and not burn everybody. So let's see. Coming up for the Twins, it is Carew, a lefty, but then a bunch of righties. So the Senators will go with right-hander Bob Humphreys out of the pen. Just a question of where he will bat in the order, because right now he's scheduled to lead off, and they don't want that to happen. So we're going to double switch. It's just a matter of who we're going to double switch with. It's going to probably be Coggins, I would think. We're in the 7th, so we can take out anybody we want. So Coggins will leave, and Humphreys will hit in the 7th spot. That'll be the pitcher spot now. And we need a new second baseman, and it'll be Bob Savarin. He's going to be the new second baseman. Switch hitting player, Bob Savarin. There he is, 236 hitter, switch hitter. He is the new second baseman. He's not very good, 1 into the 12, but they kind of need offense. They're still behind. But he will bat in the number 9 position, which actually leads off the bottom of the 7th. So RJL's bane of a double switch just came into play. Dean Chance's day is done. So he's going to bat 4th this inning, so they may pinch hit for him anyway. But even if he isn't, they're going to pull him out. And lefty Jim Rowland will be the new pitcher for the Twins in the bottom of the 7th. But we'll see if they need a pinch hitter or not. Leading off for the Twins will be Rod Carew. So let's get Humphreys, and we got to get Humphreys batting number 7 on my score sheet. And Savarin batting 9th at second base, which he is a 112 at the 0 pivot, running at a 4. All right. So we are now ready to go. 8-6. Here we go, the top of the 7th. Hello, Jimmy Jam. Good to see you in this slugfest of a game. Humphreys, 1-6, blank to Carew. We go to Rod Carew's card. 6-4, it's a ground ball to second, 1 away. And strategy rolls are now back because of the score. It's only a 2-run deficit, so strategy rolls are back in place. So Carew is out, and here is Zimmerman. Versalis keeps trying to bat out a turn. It is Zimmerman. Humphreys, 6-3, strikeout 19, too high. Go to Zimmerman. 6-1, star 3 is a fly to right, 2 down. And that brings up Versalis. If he reaches, they will pinch hit for Chance. If not, Roland will come and just pitch 1 inning. 2-6 is a possible error on a ground ball. 4-4 is a ground ball to second. That's a 6. Saverin's a 12, and we got our 4th error of the game, all at second base. So even though they switched out second baseman, they still made an error. The new second baseman, Saverin, still makes an error. Versalis reaches on the E4 because Saverin is a E12, and that's a 6. So he will reach, and now we're going to get a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Dean Chance. And it will be Rich Reese, a left-handed hitter. So Rich Reese is on. He will pinch hit for Chance. And then the left-hander Roland will come in and pitch in the bottom of the 7th for the Twins. No double switch. It's going because the pitcher is going to get pinch hit for, so there's no double switch needed. Nothing on the strategy. Versalis, Humphreys to Reese, 6-3, strikeout 12, too high. Go to Reese. 3-1, fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Reese fails. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the 7th inning stretch, but I'm too tired to sing or put music on, so you can sing your Take Me Out to the Ball games if you wish. But it's been a long game, so I just want to get through it. So now for the Twins, again, Jim Roland is your new pitcher. Left-hander, he does have the special K, so I don't know if that came up in RJL's playthrough game the other day, but there is special K here if it comes up. And due up for the Senators, it is Bob Saverin. The left-hander, and he does have the special K. 8-6, bottom of the 7th we go. Two-3 for Roland is a range play at the park. So we go to DC Stadium for a range play. 3-5, and that is a power result to center field on a 3-5. That's a 14. That's a triple for Bob Saverin to center field, but it's a range play. So this could be huge. Center fielder is Eulander. He's a 3. And he just took the triple away from Saverin. Boy, talk about a bad break for the Senators. Nice running catch by Eulander. Takes that triple away. That would have been huge. Back to the top of the order, and Fred Valentine. 6-2, and that's switch batting right-handed. That's a blank. Roland's really tough on the lefties, but that's switch hitter. So 4-1, single pass first base or single to first base, however you want to call it. Valentine's aboard. Now the tying runs at the plate. And Ken McMullen, strategy roll, he needs a 3 to get a jump. Can't do it. Infield double play depth with 1 out. Roland 5-5. That's a blank to a righty. Star line to a lefty. McMullen 5-5. He's going to pop it up to short for out number 2. 2 down. And that brings up Frank Howard. He's equally as tough against righties and lefties, so they're going to let Roland pitch to him. Valentine, I don't think he wants to run in front of Frank Howard. He's not going to go anywhere. Roland, 1-1. Possible wild pitch is not possible anymore. That's a 10. So he will chuck one to the backstop, and Valentine will get to second base, so he can score on a single now. Nothing going on there. There's 20, but he has no options there. All right, Roland to Howard. 3-2. That is a single if he's tired, but he's not tired. He can face 6 batters. This is only batter number 4, so he's not tired. It's a blank. Go to Frank Howard. 1-2, ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning, and Roland gets out of it. So the inning is over. Senators miss out that triple that got taken away really took the starch out of him. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the 8th. It is 8-6. Humphrey's still back out there, and he'll be facing the top of the order, Eulander, Tovar, and Killebrew here in the top of the 8th of an 8-6 game. Twins won it in real world 13-5. So the Senators playing a little bit tougher in this one. 4-3 is a hit by pitch, and we already said if anybody gets hit by a pitch, they're ejected. 5 and a -3, though, will take that away. So Humphreys pitch to Eulander. 1-5 is a double to left field. So Eulander fights, steps away from an inside pitch and then delivers a double to start the 8th, his first hit of the game. He's aboard with a double. Humphreys to Tovar. 4-1 range play. Tovar 5-4. That is a ground ball to third. The range is McMullen. Fortunately for the Senators, McMullen is a 5. He's a 5 range with the E8, but this is a range check, and he is a 5. So anything other than 6, he will make it. And he does. And let's see, Eulander on a grounder to third. I think this has to be a 6 for him to move up, but he does not move up. So he holds fast. It's a 5-3 ground out. 1 away. They check the runner. And that brings up Killebrew. And they're going to issue Killebrew the free pass with first base open. They will walk Killebrew. And pitch to Tony Oliva. Setting up the double play. Controversial move, but they're going to do it to set up the double play. Nothing on the thing. They're not going to have him bunt. Humphreys, 3-3 is a strikeout. 5 got him. He's a 6. -1's a 5 got him. The intentional walk to Killebrew pays off with a strikeout of Oliva, but he's still not out of the woods. It's 2 outs for Allison, and he can still do damage. So Humphreys trying to get out of it. 6-5 strikeout. He just might. 14 though is too high, so Allison does get the swing. 1-2 is going to ground it to short, and he does get out of it. So despite the leadoff double, he gets out of it. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. So the infinitely smart manager to intentionally walk Killebrew. I mean, you just don't get that kind of mind-blowing managing on any other channel. So I'm glad you're seeing it here. So you can see a master at work. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still 8-6. And let's see here. Roland can face 6 batters. He's faced 4. Dick Nen is scheduled, but he will be called back. He's a lefty. And even though he's a cookie cutter card, we're going to play it by the percentages and bring in a right-hander. And that right-hander, they don't have many right-handers left on the bench. Problem. Boy, they just don't have any lefties. They may have to looks like they're going to have to let Nen hit. They don't have any choice. The other righties are Ed Brinkman, who hits a $188, and Doug Camilli, who hits a $183. So they're going to go ahead and let Dick Nen swing away, stay in the game. They just don't have any options, or at least not any good ones. Roland to Nen, 5-3, but when you face Roland, though, you face it with a lefty, he's automatic out. So the automatic out will be a ground ball to short. So Dick Nen is retired, 6-3. Versalis puts that away. And here's Cap Peterson. Roland 2-6. That's a possible error. Here's Peterson. 2-2, ground ball to second. That's Carew. His error rating is a 7, but that's a 10, so no error. And that will be out number 2. 2 ground outs. Now he is tired. That was his 6th batter. So Casanova will be batter number 7. He is tired, but they're going to try to get him through the inning. 1-4, hit by pitch. He's a 3, -10, so that's not going to happen. 6-6, and he flies to center to end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down. Roland's day is done. They will turn it over to the closer, Worthington, in the ninth. Will the Twins. Humphreys will still be staying there for the Senators. He can face 9 batters, and he's faced 9, so he's going to have to come out. They don't want him to pitch tired, so even though he is set to lead off next inning, they would pinch it for whoever was pitching, so they will go to the bullpen, will the Senators, and they will go with left-hander Darryl Knowles. Left-handed pitcher. Knowles will be in there to face Carew, Zimmerman, and Versailles. Start the top of the ninth of an 8-6 game. For the Senators, this is their 5th pitcher they've used. Twins have only used Chance and Roland, and they do have their closer. Al Worthington is their closer, and he is loosening in the pen. He had 16 saves in 1967. All right, here is Carew. Knowles to Carew, 2-3. He's not tired, so there's a blank. Carew, 5-4 against a left-hander. That's going to be a double to center field. So a little bit of a reverse split there. But Carew took advantage. A leadoff double to start the ninth. And that'll bring up Zimmerman. Strategy rolls are no longer on. So Knowles will pitch to Zimmerman. 1-6. That is a blank to a righty. 6-4. It's a power result to center field. Against the lefty, it's only 1-3. So that's just a fly to left for out number 1. You lose 3 trying to get from second to third. That makes Carew a 1. But the +1 arm of Howard makes him a 2. So it's a 1. He is going to get there. Carew does take third on the bad throwing arm by Howard. So that's going to force them to bring the infield in. That's a big runner over there because that now forces the Nationals. I said it. I said Nationals. It's going to force the Senators to bring the infield in. So the infield is in for Versailles. Knowles, 6-2, blank to a right-hander. Go to Versailles. 1-6, ground ball to second. Infield is in, which means he's a 2, which means he scores on a 1, 2, or 6. So they're going to send him. They're going to send him. Versailles will reach. They're going to send Carew. On a 1, 2, or a 6, he will be safe. It's a 4. They throw him out trying to score. So he's out at the plate. Out at the plate 4-2. As Saverin throws him out, Versailles will reach on the fielder's choice. And now we need a pinch hitter for the Twins to pinch hit for Roland. And with a lefty on the mound, they will go with a right-handed pinch hitter. And it will be Rich Rollins. And his 339 at-bats. Rich Rollins will pinch hit, and then Worthington will come in and pitch the ninth. So Rich Rollins will pinch hit to see if they can provide a little insurance for their closer. Strategy rolls are off, so Versailles can't attempt anything. Knowles, 1-2 is a walk chance, 12 too high. Go to Rollins. 1-3, and against a lefty, that's a single past second base. Versailles will take third automatically with his speed. So with 2 outs, now, runners are at the corners. Pinch hit single for Rich Rollins. And that'll bring up Eulander. He is a lefty against the lefty, but he's a pretty good defender, so they're going to leave him in center field. And Knowles just has to get him out. That's all there is to it. 4-1, strikeout 19, too much. We go to Eulander. 4-3, ground ball to short, and that's going to end the inning. So Knowles pitches around it, around all the trouble. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. But they got Carew at the plate. That saved a run. as he tried to score. Even though the infield was in, he tried to score, and it just didn't work out for him. But it was worth the gamble. Had a 50-50 chance to get it done, and just didn't get it done. So we go to the bottom of the ninth, and as Mr. Robert at RJL would say, will there be any ninth inning magic? Leading off for the Senators will be a pinch hitter because we're at the pitcher spot, number 7 in the order. Casanova made the last out. So we need a pinch hitter for the Senators against the right-hander Worthington. So they've got the lefties on the bench they can go to. Don't know who's left that's any good. We'll see. Bob Chance, good as anybody else. So didn't get Bob Chance against Dean Chance, but we do have Bob Chance against Al Worthington. So Chance will get the pinch hitting call. And then it'll be Cullen and Savarin after that. But right now, bottom of the ninth. And it is Chance, the pinch hitter. Worthington, 6-2, possible error on a ground ball. And the Red Sox are pulling for the Senators in a big way. 4-3, and that's a single to short. But again, it's not an error chance because it's a single, so it's a speed chance, and Chance does not have very good speed. He needs a 1 to beat this out. Otherwise, he will be out. And he is out of there. So unfortunately for Chance, he hit the wrong thing there. And that's going to go as a ground out. 1 away. That's that rule in the third version of the rules that changed that. So now here's Cullen. 5-4, home run question mark, 1-14, though it fails. So we go to Cullen. 3-6, star 2, ground ball to third. And that's going to be handled by Tovar for out number 2 in the Senators. Down to their final out is Bob Savarin. Came in on a double switch to bat ninth and play second base. His last chance. Worthington, 5-4, another home run question mark, but it fails. So we go to Savarin. Try to extend the game, 2-5. He cannot. It's a star 6, a fly to center, and the ball game is over. So no ninth inning magic for the Senators in this one, as the Twins hang on and pull it out 8-6 over the pesky Senators here at DC Stadium. But the Twins hang on and win it. And with that victory, let me go to the standing sheet and give you an update on the standings as of the very end of this game. Let's see how they fared. Twins entered this game in third place, 4.5 behind Boston. They now have lowered that to an even 4 games. With the victory, they now improved to 80-65, and Boston is 84-61. So they are 4 games back. Detroit is 1 game back of Boston, and Chicago is 7.5 back. So that's where they are right now. But again, still a long way to go. We got several weeks of games to go, so anything can possibly happen. Senators got stymied by 4 errors, all by the second baseman. Don't know if I've ever seen that, where all 4 errors came from the same position. 3 from one player and 1 from the other. Twins did not have any errors. Let's check the hits. There were a lot of them. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 11. I have this Twins with 11. 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors. A lot of walks they were issued as well. For the Senators, 2, 3, 7, 8. I got them for 8 hits. So for the Senators, 6 runs, 8 hits, and 4 errors. Winning pitcher was the starter, Dean Chance. Losing pitcher, also the starter, Joe Coleman. The save goes to Al Worthington of the Twins. So the Twins win. Twins win. If you're a Twins fan, they win. Close the gap a little bit. Close the gap a little bit on the Red Sox. Close to 4 games. And for those that are curious of the upcoming schedule, this is what it looks like for the next week of games. Next game in the video will be Kansas City at Boston, September 12th game. Then we got the September 13th game, Baltimore and Detroit. Then the 14th is a limited schedule. The only one with a contender is the Sox. So we got Cleveland and Chicago. Then on the 15th, we got Minnesota, Chicago. Then on the 16th, we got Baltimore and Boston. Then on the 17th, we have Washington and Detroit. And then the 18th and 19th are the two big games. Boston travels to Tiger Stadium to play the Tigers. Right now, they lead the Tigers by 1, but by the time they get to the 18th, who knows what the standings will be. But these are going to be important games, so I'm going to show them both. But early on next week, next game will be from Fenway Park. It'll be the Kansas City A's against the Boston Red Sox. That will be the next game scheduled. And as I look at the starters, it's going to be Jim Catfish Hunter for the Kansas City A's and Lee Stang for the Boston Red Sox. In fact, I've got the lineups already set up. Just haven't cut them out yet, but those are the benches and bullpens you will be seeing for those two teams, Kansas City and Boston. And that will be coming up. The wrong logos. These are the ones I saw for 1967. Do they have different logos for 67? Twins and the Red Sox. I'll have to double check that, but I thought they were the logos I saw or looked up. And anyway, after that, the Tigers and the Orioles will be pitching or playing the following game. Pete Rickard against Mickey Lolich. Those are the next two games coming up on the schedule for the 1967 replay. As far as the game of the week on Saturday goes, I'm not sure what time that will be or if it will be live. I do have Twins logo was powder blue. Okay, I'll have to double check that, RJL, and take a look at them. But on Saturday, I do have to go. In case anybody, I thought I told people, maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I was in a fender bender car accident a couple weeks ago, and my car actually ended up getting totaled just by the way it was hit. So I am getting another car. Won't be here till Friday. I'm going to go pick it up on Saturday. So I'm going to be doing that in the late morning on Saturday. So I may or may not get back in time to play the game at noon. If I do it live, it'll probably be more like 2 o'clock Eastern. And if not, if I think it's going to be real late, then I'll preempt it and do a recording. And well, I have to, RGL, because I don't have a car. So I don't have a car, so I have to have another car. My work is gracious enough to let me use one of their cars to go back and forth to work while I'm waiting for this to get all done. So that's what we got going on there. All right, so hopefully that will. We're going to try to get out there around 9 a.m. on Saturday. So I'm hoping we get back by noon. But if we don't, it may get pushed back to 2 o'clock. For that, but we'll wait and see how it plays out. That's if the car comes in Friday, like they say. If the car gets delayed, then that will be irrelevant, but we shall see. But anyway, that's what's going on, and that game will be the Mets and the Cubs from Wrigley Field. It'll be John Matlack against Bert Hooton. That's the schedules. Those are the scheduled starters for the Saturday game of the week. And like I said, it might be 2 o'clock instead of 12 based on what's going on. I'm not sure. We shall see. But in this one, from DC Stadium, and I'm assuming this is correct, RJL, because I thought they were playing RFK, but maybe they didn't change that name to RFK until later on. I don't know if your 69 season has RFK on it or whether it has DC on it. I'm not sure. But they have DC Stadium, so I'm hoping that's correct. I'm assuming it is correct. Okay, it wasn't until so in 69 in your replay, we will see RFK sitting up there. But right now, it's got DC Stadium on it. So that's the way it goes there. Player of the game, I'm not sure who to give the player of the game to. Could go to Tovar. He singled, tripled, got hit by a pitch, scored a couple of runs, knocked in a run. Um, of course, Dean Chance pitched okay until he got to the sixth, so can't really give it to him. It was more almost the pitchers of the Senators walking people and committing errors by the fielders that really triggered it. But I guess if I had to give it to anybody, I'd give it to Cesar Tovar as the player of the game. He had a single, a triple, and was hit by a pitch. He was 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, and drove in a run. So I guess that's who I'm going to give the player of the game to, Cesar Tovar. So there you go. And don't forget, RJL, remember I told you in my little message, the shortstop for the Orioles is Mark Belanger, not Belanger. So his name is pronounced Belanger. You don't want to pull a ID gesture on that. So when your upcoming season comes on, remember to call him Belanger. And I will look at these logos, and if I find the logos I need to find with the different shading and whatnot, and the Red Sox with the circle around it or ball around it or whatever, I'll reprint those with the correct logos before the next game. So I will do my research. And find out. So, but anyway, that's gonna do it from here. Hope you enjoying your Wednesday evening. I wanted to sneak a game in live. I don't really do a whole lot live streaming at night, so I thought I'd do something different. And of course, starting Monday, RJL will be full force with his 1969 replay. So be sure to check out that and the world famous 10-minute ticker. You don't want to miss the 10-minute ticker. In fact, I think some people wait till his game is over and then join the chat just to see the 10-minute ticker. I can't swear to it, but that's a possibility, I'm sure. So anyway, it's all in fun. So hopefully you guys are enjoying Inside Pitch, watching RJL and myself play it. And hopefully if you guys are on the fence about getting it, check it out. I mean, you can get the sample teams pretty cheaply, PDF, and just try it out. And don't let the rules, dissuade you or keep you away from it, because they do fall into place pretty quickly, with a few exceptions. There's a couple of minor tweaks that take some extra looking up. For the most part, it's pretty smooth. And of course, RJL is a wonderful resource if you're looking for a rules clarification. So that's going to do it from here. Final score again: the Twins 8 and the Senators 6. Dean Chance the winner, Joe Coleman the loser, Al Worthington the save. So enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night, everybody, and as usual, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.